In this module, we're going to cover how the lower back reset method came about, 3 solutions for lower back pain that really don't fix the whole problem, how it's all about disc protection in the end, and finally 3 tests you can do today to see if your body is in or out of alignment. The lower back reset method was born out of necessity. It's based on years of work with physical therapists, doctors, massage therapists, and other exercise trainers because I hurt my own back. Here's my story. So I was walking around the University of Michigan campus as a freshman. I had a big problem to solve and I was stressed. I didn't know how I was going to pay for the next year of school, and I was seeing my bank account diminish by the day. I saw one of those flyers, you know, the ones with the pull-off tabs with the phone number. It was for running your own painting company, and what caught my eye is that they said that you could make up to $10,000 a summer. The only way I knew to do that was working on an Alaskan fisher boat, and I had heard stories about kids who had gone overboard and never been found, so I didn't really want to risk life and limb just to come back to college, but this sounded pretty good. I interviewed, I got the job, I began running house painting company, and I was pretty good at it. I had 3 crews on different houses, and I'm juggling sales, hiring friends, working 80 hours a week. I can't imagine doing anything else. So one day, I'm power washing the 2nd floor of a house, and I'm thinking about how one crew needs their paint replenished, another crew needs their ladder shifted to another job, and all of a sudden, I'm falling backwards through the air. In a split second before my body hit the ground, I came with this complete thought, I can't believe I just walked off the roof. I'm laying on my client's front lawn. I narrowly missed the corner of the concrete porch. I can't breathe. And I think, I might die here. But then I think, maybe if I can just stand up, maybe throw myself over the hood of my car, I might be able to knock the air back into me. Well, it worked. So I was able to start breathing again. I go around the back of the house and I tell my painter that I've just fallen off the roof. You know what? I'm going to drive myself to the hospital. And you know, I'm 19. I'm not that bright. So I do. And he's 19 and he lets me. I lay on a stretcher in the emergency room for 3 hours. They tell me, you know what? X-rays show nothing is really broken. You're going to be fine. Go home with these muscle relaxants. And that began 8 years of chronic back pain. It wasn't until I got my master's degree in exercise science and became an exercise trainer that I started to feel relief. As a personal trainer working out with 20 plus clients a week, I was in fantastic shape. I no longer felt achy every day like I had for those 8 years. There was still a problem. Every 6 to 12 months, I'd move the wrong way. I'd have intense lower back pain. We're talking pain so bad that you can't really even stand up past here. I had to put my hands on tables, chairs to support me, run my arms down a hallway to keep myself upright. These throwing my back out incidents would go on for 3, 4, 6, 10 days, where sometimes I couldn't even work. There was definitely still a problem with my lower back, despite being in fantastic condition as an exercise trainer. One day, a physical therapist friend invited me to join a study group at a local hospital. It was a room full of lab coats. Imagine it, doctors, physical therapists, body workers, and me, dressed in gym shorts and a sweatshirt. I felt really intimidated and out of place. What's more, it was like I jumped into reading a book at page 83. I didn't understand what they were talking about, and they were saying things like innominate rotation, left on right sacral torsion, muscle energy technique. They're speaking a language I don't understand. But they don't seem to mind my being there, and that was kind of the critical thing because I stuck around. And occasionally I'd speak up and realize they didn't really understand exercise science like I did. They don't understand how to get people functionally strong. This was a rare opportunity to learn from each other. I went to that study group for 10 years and I learned their language. I learned what physical therapists and doctors are doing for lower back pain, and I married that with what fitness experts were doing. And I adapted what a PT can do in a therapy session to simplify the technique to something I could do on my own body to make myself feel better. When I couldn't quite replicate what a PT was doing because I didn't have the right angle or an extra hand, I created a tool to help me align my own body. All of this developed into the Align Athlete system and the lower back reset method. You know what? I used to hurt my back so badly that I wouldn't be able to stand up to work. I haven't thrown my back out like that since developing this method. This course is about teaching you both the alignment techniques and the fitness techniques to make your lower back feel healthier.